All right, in today's video, I want to talk about 14 common mistakes beginners make when they start in affiliate marketing. The first thing I'm going to point out is people buy a lot of expensive stuff they really don't need. Your first 10,000 videos can be done on your smartphone, okay? You guys don't need expensive equipment. People waste tens of thousands of dollars on equipment they don't need for good quality videos that actually sell. Some of the most successful people I know in affiliate marketing have only ever used their phones to record content. The speaker's good enough on it, the camera quality is good enough on it, and the editing software that usually comes with smartphones is plenty good enough to do all of your social media content. That being said, a lot of social media platforms like TikTok have editors built into them as well, so that really expels the need for extra stuff. So number one thing is useless crap. I will say there's a tendency to buy lights. Is one thing that people tend to buy way too much of. I have two lights going on here. Yes, I've been doing this for a number of years. I have to have lights because where I've chosen to do my recording is a dark room, and I just need the lights for where I'm at. But that being said, most people, you can do this stuff in your kitchen, whatever else. I'm trying to do a professional presentation here. That's why I have the lights. But most people will never need extra lights, maybe a selfie light, and that's about it. The second one I'm going to talk about is over editing your content. This is not something that you should be doing ever, in my opinion. Most successful people in this industry are not doing very much editing. I do use Kapwing for my editing, but there are specific reasons for why I do that. I'm splitting my social media content up across multiple platforms. I can go in there and it's got a bunch of editing software that's not available on other platforms like TikTok. And for what I'm doing, I need it. But most people just doing a quick cell phone video and using the editing software out of TikTok, for example, or on YouTube is going to be significantly good. So over editing is not a good idea. You don't want to spend 8 hours editing a 60-minute or 60-second short video, okay? A 60-second short video should maybe take you 2 minutes to edit, and that's it. You don't want to be doing the over editing, the transitions, all that stuff, because way overthought. You're going to wind up burning yourself out on editing, and it's not necessary. So I'm going to say over editing is number 2 on the do not do list. All right, number 3 that you should not be doing is perfectionism. You could spend way too much time re-recording videos. Just record the video and publish it, okay? Maybe do some quick editing, but nothing fancy. Just record the content. Getting content recorded and posted is far more efficient and a way better expense of your time than trying to be perfectionistic about it and record the same video 20 times over, changing up lighting, editing it, all this stuff. Don't be a perfectionist. Just record the content, be yourself in the video, record it, and post it, and move on with your life. I'd rather have you guys get 10 half-assed videos out there than one highly edited, perfect video, okay? The perfectionism is going to decrease with time. You guys are going to learn how to talk to the camera, how to be yourself in front of the camera, and with time, you're going to be recording better and better content. And instead of wasting your time being perfectionistic with the first 10 videos, just get the first 10 videos done and you're going to be better by the time you do video number 11. You're going to be better. You don't need to worry about making up for it in the first 10 because with practice comes experience, and with the experience comes a higher level of quality, okay? It's simply a matter of doing the work repetitively, and as you do that, you get better. All right, number 4 I'm going to say is trying to go viral. People spend way too much time obsessing over what's viral and the trends and the hashtags and all that stuff. Yes, that is to a limited extent, it's important. But once again, you should be spending your time building trust and providing quality content that people can relate to. And with that, over time, you're going to put out enough content that you are eventually going to have some viral videos. And if you don't, as you guys know from my story, you don't need viral videos to make a ton of money. A lot of time a viral video will actually take away from your authenticity, and it's going to attract a wider range audience than what you need and what's going to actually convert into sales. So it's actually not necessarily a good thing. I highly recommend you do not chase going viral. Yes, you can work on some of the stuff like including some of the hashtags that are viral or trending or whatever, but don't let that occupy your time. Worry more about the content you're producing. All right, number 5 I'm going to say is bad products. I have way too many people that I've worked with over the years who are more concerned about making money than they're concerned about what they're promoting. And that's absolutely going to kill your authenticity. It's going to make you non-reliable and non-dependable, and people are not going to trust you as a content creator if you're promoting products that are not good. You need to only promote stuff that you truly believe in, stuff that's good quality, stuff you honestly use yourself, stuff you honestly trust in using yourself, something you'd sell to your mom or let your mom buy or recommend to a friend, right? You don't want to start chasing money and start producing or promoting bad products because that is absolutely going to kill your relatability and trust and everything else about your social media content, and that will kill you as a content creator. And that reputation will stick around behind your back for years. Even if you clean up your act later, that's still going to haunt you. So do not promote bad products. All right, number 6 is inconsistency. So please forgive my terrible handwriting, but being inconsistent is one thing that will drastically damage your ability to grow over time. Somebody who produces one video per week, every week for 52 weeks is going to be way better off than somebody who produces 10 videos one week, doesn't promote it, doesn't post anything for 10 weeks, and then posts another 10 videos, right? Like, you need to be consistent, and having a consistent one video per week is better than having an inconsistent 10 videos in 1 week and nothing for 6 months. Okay, so be consistent. Figure out a pace where you can produce content consistently. It's often it's often a very good idea to have content that you've already recorded and that you have just sitting in the back end, not published yet. That way, if you have a week where you're sick or out on vacation, you can schedule that post for that time that you're out. That way your videos continue to be consistently published at about the same time every day or every week or every month. Okay, so being inconsistent is another big killer of momentum. All right, so number 7 is analytics. Now, this is a double-edged sword because some people get so absorbed or so caught up in their analytics that they start focusing on that instead of their content, and that's not what you want to do. But what I will say is you do need to pay attention to your analytics enough that if people are only watching 5 seconds of your video and clicking off of it, something's going on. You're not being relatable. You're doing something to turn people off. Something's going on, right? So you need to keep an eye on your analytics. You want to keep your view duration up. So view duration is probably going to be the most important factor when it comes to your analytics, but don't let that become the one and only guiding factor in your life, okay? Putting out content that's mediocre consistently over time is going to be more important for building your audience than worrying about the analytics of every single video that you do publish. That being said, you do want to keep an eye on your analytics and make sure people are actually enjoying your content for the majority of the duration of that video, right? If you publish a 10-minute video, for example, and people are clicking off in the first 30 seconds, it's going to kill your momentum for growth over time. So you want to make sure you're not doing something in that first 30 seconds of the video that's turning people off. Maybe you have a pause in there, or maybe you have bad language in there, or maybe you're doing something in that video and you need to be cognizant of that so you're not repeatedly putting out content that people only watch 5 seconds of, okay? So do keep an eye on analytics, but don't let it kill your momentum. All right, number 8 is a copy-paste mentality. You don't want to have a copy-paste mentality. Just because you've got 10 content creators you follow who've published the same exact video script that's gone viral for each of them doesn't mean you should do the same thing. You're going to wind up chasing a whole bunch of dead ends. It's like, you see all these crypto gurus on YouTube or whatever talking about, oh, you need to go out and buy Bitcoin today because it's going to go up tomorrow. Well, maybe it will, but probably that little bit of a bull run has already run out. And so you're just kind of chasing something that's no longer there. It's kind of you're chasing the end of the rainbow, really, when it comes to the copy paste mentality. You don't want to just be repeatedly putting out the same content everybody else has done. You need to be yourself. You need to be authentic, and you need to produce content that is good quality, that's authentic to you, that's relevant. And when you copy paste other people, you kill that. All right, so number 9 is no CTA. CTA is call to action. That's where you ask somebody to buy your product. So for example, if I'm doing a video and I'm selling a gold pan, I can say something simple like, if you guys want one of these gold pans, go to the link in the video description and you can pick one up for a discount of 20% when you use my discount code. That's the call to action for that video. That's all you guys have to do. But you do want to include a call to action in each of your videos. You don't make the video the call to action. You talk about your problem, your solution, you provide a discount for the solution. That's what you're doing with affiliate marketing. You're not hard selling people. It's a very soft sale. That's why it works. That's why you can be very successful in it. And that's what sales should be. You don't want to sell somebody on something they don't want to buy. You want to provide them with a solution that they are already looking for and give them a discount for utilizing your discount code, and that way you both win. So something very simple like, this is the product, this is what I'm using, this is how it's benefited me. If you guys use the discount code in the video description or go to the link in the video description, you get a discount for using that link or that discount code. And I appreciate your support of this channel through purchasing with that link. Okay, that's all it's got to be. Make it very simple. Make it once or twice in the video, and that's it. Don't be pushing the product. Simply show the problem, solution, scenario, answer the question, whatever the video is about, and throw that little CTA in there. so that people actually go look for your link or your discount code, and that's how you get your commissions. I will also say it's very important to have your link in your bio and your video description for all of your content, and I will do another video on that link in bio. But basically, to summarize, you want to have a landing page like I use solo.to. You have a free plan available on there. You can pay $10 a month and get a premium, which I do. You don't need the premium to get started, but that's a great page to have for all of your affiliate links. So you have all of your affiliate links on that solo.to landing page, or you can use Linktree as another one. And then anytime you add a company or take a company out of there, you don't have to go back through all of your content and update it. It's already in there on that landing page. And so simply having that one link in your video description and your bio is going to be the best way to convert and not have to re-edit your content over time. All right, so number 10, creating for the algorithm. That is not something you want to get started on. That's not something you want to do. It can be productive at times, but you got to be very careful with that, because people start creating content specifically for the algorithm, and that's going to be low value content most of the time. So you're not chasing the algorithm, because the algorithm is constantly changing, guys. So you create something for the algorithm, it might be trending for 1 day or 1 week or a month even, but then after that, that's no longer green content. You want to be producing green content, something people are going to pull up 10 years from now and view and use your links to buy products. Okay, so if you're creating stuff for the algorithm, it's going to drop away in popularity very quickly, since the trend is always changing. And so that's not something that you want to spend your time focusing on. All right, number 11 is overthinking a niche. You don't want to spend a lot of time overthinking your niche. You can change over time to an extent. I will say, if you're going to do more than one niche, you want to have more than one platform. So if you're on, let's say, TikTok, and you're into gold panning, and then you decide you want to work on auto detailing, you should create a new channel for that. Stick to one niche per platform, or one niche per profile on each platform, okay? But don't spend a lot of time overthinking it. It's better to get started in one and start performing and start producing content and learn from that, and then change to a different profile and a new niche when it's time to do so. But don't spend a lot of time overthinking what niche you're going to be working on. This is something you should have up front. Don't spend a lot of time overthinking it. Pick something and stick with it. Produce the content and be consistent with it. But by overthinking it, you're delaying the process and you're preventing yourself from reaching success. All right, number 12 is never showing your face. Now, right now, it's very much trending to have faceless channels, faceless YouTube channels, faceless TikTok videos, etc. That is not something you want to do, because it doesn't build trust. People grow trust for you as a content producer when they see your face. So showing your face frequently in all of your content is going to be important for building a rapport with your audience and for building that connection to your audience and that trust with your audience. And having a faceless channel doesn't do that. Those are one-time viewed videos. They get clicked through really quick. And yes, you might go viral producing them, and there are some channels that have been very successful with doing them, but it's a trend right now, and I don't think it's going to last, and it's not going to benefit you as a long-term content creator for actually converting to sales. If you just want views and you're not worried about sales, that's fine. You can do this. But if you want sales, you need to build that trust and community around your content. So not showing your face is going to hurt your authenticity. All right, number 13, watching too much of other people's content. This is a big waste of time. I do it myself. I'll get on TikTok and upload a video, and as it's uploading, it'll go back to my For You feed, and I'll start clicking through stuff and watching what's going on in the world. And instead of spending my time producing other content or doing something valuable with my time, I get caught up oftentimes watching other people's content. And for a lot of newbies in affiliate marketing, maybe you're watching other content creators and trying to learn something from them. But a lot of times in doing so, yes, you might learn something, but you're detracting from your own progress. Okay, so think of it this way. If you have a project you need to get done, let's say you're trying to do something in your yard with landscaping, okay, and you need to get that done. But instead of just going out and doing it, you sit there watching 16 hours of YouTube content on how to do it. Okay, well, you got to actually go out and do it before it gets done, right? If you're spending all your time watching somebody else do it or talking about how to do it, and you don't actually go out and do the work, it's never going to get done. So instead of spending too much time watching other people's content, sit down and get your own content done and posted. All right, number 14 and the last one is giving up after posting 10 videos. And 10 could be any number you want in there, right? But I see a lot of people hit kind of a burnout. They kind of give up after posting only about 10 videos. And that's absolutely a horrible thing to do, because it's like the old story of the miners who, ran out of gold on the vein, and so then they left. And this actually is a true story. I can't remember exact details of it. It happened not too far from here too, where the gold miners went into the mountain. They were extracting all this ore and the gold from it and doing very well, and then it just stopped. And what happened is they'd hit a fault line, and they started digging around a little bit, couldn't find anything, and so they wound up selling the mine. This happened out of Bohemia in Oregon, and kind of the east of Cottage Grove. If you're into gold prospecting, it's kind of cool. Go look it up. But there was a fault line that they'd come across, and so what happened is on that fault line, the mountain had shifted, and they were literally 3 feet from one of the biggest gold discoveries ever made in this part of Oregon. And when they sold the mine, some geologist came in there and looked at it for a few minutes and goes, "Oh yeah, go that way about 3 feet and you'll hit it." And sure enough, they hit the gold, and the new owners made a shit ton of money. That simple story has played over and over again throughout history with all kinds of scenarios. People give up way too soon. You're not seeing progress. You're getting kind of depressed. You're getting frustrated. You're not seeing the results you want. Results don't come instantly, and if they do, a lot of times they don't last. Okay, you have to be consistent for a long period of time. Give it 1 year. Dedicate yourself to doing one video per week for the next year and see where it goes. If you can do more than that, that's great, as long as it's consistent. Okay, so don't give up after 10 videos. I would say get 100 videos done in 12 months, and if that doesn't work, then maybe you need to switch your niche. Maybe you need to switch something up in your styling, something like that. But don't give up too soon. The only way to succeed is to keep going. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out for the next one. I will be doing a series here with 300 hobbies, so I'm going to do a video for each of those hobbies, and each of those hobbies is going to have 5 sub niches in there. There's going to be a bunch of good information on each of those, so stick around for that series. I'll see you in the next video.